Hello, my name is Jorge Salas, as known as Coco, and I support in the Global Support Center in Kuala Lumpur from the World Scout Bureau. Today, we're going to talk about a very interesting topic, and it's called how to use technology to enrich the youth program. Let's go. So, how to use technology to enrich the youth program? We need to be clear that after the pandemic, the world has changed a lot. And if it's true that technology was something very important during pandemic, now we have returned to the presentiality, and this is making happen different challenges that we haven't expected, and we are of course adapting ourselves, not only scouts but all the organizations around the world and all the scouts groups around the world. But first, the first, safe from harm. Remember that if so far you haven't taken any of our e-learnings about safe from harm, we invite you to visit learn.scout.org and type in the search box safe from harm, and you will find a lot of resources as well as the e-learnings that will help you to have clear notion and to always act under looking for the safe of all the participants, young people and also adults. Remember that the local regulations that you have in your country, in your city, are important to follow. So remember, always act based on the safe from harm. Okay? So having this in mind, I want to go to the next. Yes, we need to discuss a little about this virtual versus presential. The pandemic make things change, and at some point all the things that we do were through a screen, even sometimes scouting. But after that, as I mentioned, we have returned to the presential activities, and again the camps, the different activities, the hikings, or the weekly meetings with your scout partners are happening again. So how we can deal with this? Can we say that the virtual is not any more relevant and only the presential is the only valid? We understand that scouting is something that you live, that you feel with all your senses. So is it possible to use something virtual if we have this in mind? The answer can be very different depending who you ask, but today we want to give you a different approach on this, and it's something that in education is being explored and in scouting of course as well. It's the blended learning. So use some of the resources in the technology and apply it in our presential moments. So we have seen a lot of them. For example, one very famous, it's the Kahoot. Kahoot has transcended from, and maybe some of you know this resource before pandemic and take a lot of relevance during pandemic, and it's continuing after pandemic. It's still relevant because it's easy to join through your smartphone, and you can connect and answer different questions, and it's very interesting. But what other resources nowadays we can still use? And for understand better how to use this, we need to go to where the things happen. And where scouting happens, it's in the section, and more specifically, sometimes in the teams. Okay, so when we talk about the teams, we're talking about the patrols, teams, groups, the different names that you can find it in your NSOs. Essentially, a team, it's a group of young people, usually, of the similar age, that participate in different activities. And they not only participate, but sometimes take decisions around these activities. So we have make a way to understand this through this little model. So please be aware that this is just one way to understand this and can be different, and also it can be approached different by your NSO. Okay, so this is just a model to help you to understand how we're going to classify the different technological tools that you can use for do this. So we divided the principal actions of a youth team in 5: plan, remember, gather, coordinate, and play. Okay, of course, this can be also applied for adults as well, but we're going to analyze through young people because we are here to serve young people. So let's go to explore each of them and discover some of the tools that are connected with each of them. And the first one, and very interesting, is coordinate. Okay, and when we talk about coordinate, it's the communication to agree in different things that we want to do. We can see in the little image here up that this person is trying to explain how to make a specific gateway for the camping, while the other person is receiving the message maybe a little more simple. And yes, this is about coordinate. We need to use different resources to communicate and coordinate in the best way. Usually, this coordination happens within the team, between the members of the team. They explain their things, they share their things, but also with other actors important, for example, the adult leaders, and this relation, educational relation that we have between the young people and the adults, but also a third person, it's their parents. Okay, their parents. And for coordinate, we know a lot of means of communication, going to the most classic ones, for example, the WhatsApp, that is extensively used by young people. And in this moment, I need to make the important disclaimer that we need to follow the local regulations about access for these technologies. Usually, it's above 13 years old, it's accessible. Below, under 13 years old, please do it accompanied by an adult, usually the parents. So retaking this, we have the classical ways to means to communicate, like WhatsApp. We have also we have here Instagram because it's a way to communicate, and you see here others. No, for example, maybe you know Discord, and Discord it's a very extensively used because it's a very stable way to communicate, use low bandwidth, and it's extensively used in online games. Okay, but you have 3 more here. And what is this about Google Docs? We know sometimes Google Docs, it's the Microsoft Word version of Google, but that you can use in the cloud online. Why? Well, it's simple. Sometimes the communications or the coordinations that we need to do between these different bodies, between young people and the team, or more the adults or their parents, needs to be a little more formal. So in that moment, we use this kind of resource that let us not only write but also collaborate. You know that with Google Docs, 5, 6, or more people can join all together to the doc and start writing all together. So it's a great way to all be in and share the information between everyone and build together a document. No, maybe you need to ask for a permission, an authorization. You need to communicate in a very formal and respectful way to your parents through a newsletter, can be. So we're going to explore that. So Google Docs is a way. Other is Canva. Yes, Canva offers a lot of resources, and I will move in this moment to Canva to see it. And as you know, well, Canva offers a lot of things, from develop logos to make communicates. Also now it's offering the option to build websites. Okay, so to make banners, if you want to communicate something in the Scout in your Facebook Scout group or your Instagram Scout group account, you can develop this material. So you have a lot of options here. So Canva, it's a very powerful one to have in mind. And I want to move now to the last one here, that it's meme generator. And yes, why a meme generator? Because sometimes young people likes to communicate beyond the classic way of text, and sometimes a meme can can impact more and put more clarity on the message than sometimes the words, no? And it's a funny way for them to express themselves. So I just going to go very fast on this about meme generator, and for that I have here in this moment my telephone, so you will be able to see my screen, and I have here in the right side the meme generator app. So when you enter there, you will have in this case all these memes to use. So use it carefully, of course, being cultural sensitive and respectful, and always safe from harm, don't forget. Well, you can use a meme and it's very easy. You just need to tap to change the texts and write whatever you want. You can have some additional options down. As you can see, you can draw, add more images. You can ask for examples, no, for as you can see here, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Internet Explorer 6. It's a joke for geeks, and you can save it and you can share it. That is the most important. So you need to give the permissions, of course, and you can share it with your different applications, your WhatsApps or whatever you have. So this is meme generator. It's one of the multiple apps that you can find in the different Play stores or app stores of your preferred device. And let's continue. Let's continue because we are watching some of these applications, but we have more. So one of the tasks is coordinate, but others it's also remember. And when we talk about remember, it's remember the different moments that we live with the patrol, the different maybe events that we participate in the scouting, or the different good moments that we have in our section. So for that, very simple, we have specialized applications that platforms that do this. For example, Blogger, maybe it's the one I'm most old, and Tumblr. I want to highlight Google Sites because it's super hyper versatile. So we can do from a blog to a landing page, a simple landing page, and I want to show you very quickly how you can do this. So let's go here, and I have here my Google site. You need just a Google account that it's very simple to obtain. And for example, we have done from a web page for a specific thing, IST career management inside the Jamboree, but we can do landing pages for your different teams or patrols inside your scout group. You can do as well for example, meet the shark that was an activity inside an event, and we can create this kind of simple web pages, easy to do, inductions pages. It's incredible with the versatility that you can have, and you can have some templates as well. For example, portfolio, event, help center, project. So yes, you have a lot of options to create with Google Sites. Let's move to the next task that has the team, and it's play. When we talk about play, yes, it's of course when we talk about presential activities are going to be the classic games that we usually have in scouting. But when we talk about virtual play activities, we can center in three aspects that the technological tools can help us, and it's, for example, the pre-engagement activities for events, no, anything that you want to do previously and to any event can have some of these games that can engage the people. Maybe a young person is working a merit badge or any challenge for their personal progression, and it's a good idea that we explore the option with him or her on develop a game that can be played maybe by the rest of the section or the patrol or the team, and this can help this person to explore new things. Or maybe if you want to be more more there, you can try to include this inside a scavenger's hunt activity with QR codes. This QR code led you to a game, an online game that you need to fulfill to have next the next answer for do the next mission, and you can connect in this way. So having the classics Kahoot and Slido, and going to other or other ones like WordWall, that it's a very easy way to create games. Flip, that for explain Flip, it's very simple. Imagine that you have a video cam, and any person can record himself answering a question or a topic that you put, and you have everything together. That is what do Flip. You can give a specific access with username and password, or just a link, and people can send their responses of a topic that you ask. And at the end, you can have a video of all the responses that you have. Works for discuss topics, but also for send greetings. And I want to stop and share a little more about Interacti. Interacti, it's a very interesting page that let us create different type of projects. It's free. Well, it has a free version and a paid version. And exploring the free version, you have 500 views per month for each activity that you for the activities that you create, limited storage, and up to 20 projects. But it's enough for a small section, for a section, or for a patrol, or for a small group. And I want to just share with you, for example, this activity. I will open it here. Okay, open it here. The best part is this is adaptable, so this is a test that we are doing, and I show you. And for example, you have a puzzle activity, and you can integrate different things. We're going to see now, no? So we're going to very quickly solve this puzzle, and you have some information about the fleur de lis, and you have action buttons that you can add. You can restart it, and you can go to the next page. And for example, we have scouting then and now, and we have this slider, so we can see a photo of the past and now, how is the differences, and we can put some text and build a project or activity. In Interactive, it's very simple. You just need to create your account. You can create a new project. I will create it from the scratch, or there are some templates as well. So create from the scratch, and easy peasy. You have here in your left side, you have here up to me, just up to me, you have the different text that you can add, blocks that you can add, text, images, YouTube videos you can embed. And I like this very much, quiz personalities. So you can make some games about discover what type of personality you have for this or for that. No, discover what's your Harry Potter house, or things like that. Easily can be done here, and you can decide how it's going to be assessed. All that memory games, matchup games, find pairs, slideshows, flip cards, then and now, timeline for something that you can eat, and a lot of options that you can have here. So I invite you to visit and know a little more about Interactive. Great. One more thing I have said, but it's never enough. This is fully adaptable to your cell phone. So when you send this link to a cell phone, it's fully adaptable. It's going to see great there as well. Good. We are arriving to the next activity, and it's plan. Plan, it's important, and I think it doesn't matter if you're a cap or a rover, you will have some level of planification. Of course, for the Cub Scouts, it's going to be very simple, okay, very consultative. Meanwhile, in the rover section, it's going to be more deep, and the young people will be more engaged. So here, what we can plan Of course, we can plan from the potential meetings that we're going to have, preparing some materials or specific ideas that we want to discuss. We can plan the next hikes or camps that we're going to have in the team, in the section, or in the group as well. And we can, of course, projects, no projects, and that we need for the difference. For example, challenges of Scouts for SDGs, no, that we have. Here we have different tools, and I'm putting two in here, just here up above me, ClickUp and Trello. These are more advanced tools that are not used only for things that we can do the Scouts, but are tools that are used in different companies around the world. So if the team manager of some of your young people is curious about this, why not? Maybe they will learn something that can be useful for the future. But we have also the more visual ones, and I love the whiteboards in general, the physical, but also the virtual. And Jamboard is one service offered by Google, and Excalidraw, it's a very good service, a so simple service that I want to share with you. So let's go to Excalidraw. Yes, so we come back from interacting. We go to Excalibur. For Excalibur, you don't need to create an account. You don't need nothing. You just need to type excalibur.com, and once you are there, it's very simple. It's very simple. You have everything like handwritten. So, hello world, for example. You can resize this, okay? I love this part because it's like hand draw things. You have squares, you can make me more sloppy, more thick, more thin. The edges, you can play with the opacity of this, so you have a very handmade things. You can draw lines, no, and change them. I will put curve here. I can change colors. So it's super cool, super cool. The best part is when you want to make collaborative work, because the only thing that you need is go to the top right corner and click here in the purple icon, and you are going to start the session. So with this, you copy the link and you will share it to any of your friends. I have it here. I have my other computer next to me, so I will send it to myself in my other computer, and you will see a little how is the live collaboration. So I'm here, and I received the message here. I will open. It's so easy that you need just to open it, and it's start working, and it's going to start working. So I'm Vigilant Leopard, okay? It's the name that I have, but I can put other name. Here I put Baden Powell, and here I'm going to change my name. Good. So I'm Coco, and we have Baden Powell, and Baden Powell can draw anything that he wants, okay, and it's there. No, so it's very fast. You don't need nothing but just give the link to the ones that you want to know. The only problem is that these don't stay online. Well, if I close it and open it, it's going to stay there. For example, don't worry, we're going to close it. We open it again, and meanwhile you are in the same browser, no problem, you have the information. What will happen is that you need to download and the file, so you can save it in your computer, and when you want to open it again, you need to open it, and that's all. No, but it's free, completely free, and you can export the image in different formats like PNG, SVG, or copy to the clipboard. So it's super cool to make very good planifications, like a big whiteboard. So good. And Remember, it's very important to always, when we plan any activity, to follow up the guidelines or the rules and procedures of your NSO and the local regulations. Okay? It's very important. Consider that in whatever we do. Great. So we finish with plan and we go to one of the most important is gather. And yes, gather now, of course, with the presential activities, we are going to try that all the scouting activities that requires to gather be presential. But sometimes it's needed. Still the virtual ones. Sometimes we need to gather to coordinate. So instead of gather or call, we can this can be presential as well, but we can still use the classic ones. And I haven't put here, for example, Zoom, Teams. I put Google Meet because it's free. But also now, for example, you can have video calls inside Instagram, and young people likes a lot Instagram, so it's important that WhatsApp as well offers option of video call. And I'm just highlighting two options, that is Gather and Kumo Space. And these are gamificated environments to work. So I will let's explore a little Gather. So once you create your free account, you have free account and you can have up to 10 persons in one of these scenarios. So these scenarios are like a RPG game. So we are accessing to this place. I can change my name. I can edit my avatar as well. Well, now you see that I have a background, a dark background, no? So anyway, no problem. We join, and here we can see my character. Okay, and I have in my other computer also open, I have make other character here, and I will join to the space. So you will find my two personalities going on, and you will be able to see. Aha, so you are seeing now Test and me together. So I'm going to move Test close to. Okay, I silent the other mic. So you can see Test and me here, both here. So yes, it's like that. So you are in a little world, and from there you have meeting spaces, no? And for example, I make that Test follows Coco, and they are going to a meeting space that it's private. You have as well other places, for example, to play. This is a space to play. No, we can have a draw battle inside. So it's very interesting, the possibilities that we can have with this. Good. So I finish my presence here, and I get back to the presentation. And yes, so we have explored briefly and very quick different opportunities of different technological tools to improve to enrich the youth program. So I invite you to keep exploring. There is much more. So we are going to try to redo this little webinar from time to time, putting new tools that you can use, and you can still use the technological tools, the virtual tools, to enhance the proposal that you have for young people. So yes, I just want to finish saying this. Use these technological tools in connection with the activities, the presential activities that we have. It's an opportunity to explore tools that can be useful on the future. So take advantage on them, and please feel free to share all this information with your groups, with other adults, and of course with the young people. Thank you very much for your time. See you in a next time. Goodbye.